Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Celtic career mode. Today's episode is going to be a kind of mini episode. Well, I actually don't know how long this is going to take. It might be a normal length episode, but today's episode, we're not going to play any games. Yes, we're a ball hair away from the Premier League season, and if we have a look at the calendar, there is the first game in only a matter of days, 2 weeks' time actually, until we play our first league game against Liverpool at Celtic Park. But I want to get things set up. Obviously, in the last episode, I gave you guys the option. I gave you guys the option to make such a big decision in the midst of this career mode that would change everything about the first season in the Premier League, and that was, should we take a financial takeover? I left the poll, so I can confirm that the club is under new ownership. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we bought the financial takeover for Celtic. The TV money has came into Celtic, and we have £43 million. Now, of course, we've already made one signing and brought in Tom Davies from Everton. A fantastic signing in my eyes. He's got massive potential. I'm a really big fan of how he plays in this game, and a really big fan of how he plays in real life. So I'm very excited to have him as part of the team. And now it's all about improving. Now, one thing I want to do with this career is keep it realistic. And the first realistic thing is by giving Celtic the money in the Premier League. The person who wins the championship gets like 150 million quid for getting promoted. Straight away. We were given £11 million to spend, so I'm giving the money. But it's our first ever season in the Premier League. I'm going to keep the signings realistic. I'm not going to go out there and spend the money on players like bloody Marco Reus and I don't even know any other examples off the top of my head. It's not going to be ridiculous signings. And I also asked you guys in the comments to come up with a few ideas of where we will improve our positions on the park. So, the priorities: goalkeeper, right back and centre back. Going back is where the priorities are. We might look for a little bit more depth in the middle of the park. I mean, we do have the likes of Encham, Brown and Baton and Kouassi, but the reality is we're trying to offload Baton. Kouassi might get loaned out. Brown's getting older. We probably just need that little bit more kind of Premier League quality player in there. So there are a couple of options, but I'm going to run through the options we have got on the transfer shortlist. There are a few who remain from last season, the likes of Delict, all down to about Ryan Gold. But there's some new players who I got you guys to suggest. So 3 players you guys suggested in the last episode that I brought up was the likes of Robertson and Goretzka. Goretzka I'd love to bring in, but I think we might wait a season or two to go in for him, just because he's a bit more expensive. I mean, £35 million would take away the majority of the budget. We want to spend this money wisely to improve overall with depth in the Premier League. But suggestions came flying in. We got the likes of Alban Lafont brought up, who was massively suggested. A lot of people brought him up, the goalkeeper from Toulouse. Very young, very high potential. Scoofy and Pickford were 2 other keepers. Scoofy was brought up once, and Pickford I put in myself because I would like to try and keep the British feel around the club and bring in a lot of players who are still based in Britain. Timothy Fosu-Mensah was brought up as a right back, along with Felix Paslak, 2 players who I'm heavily interested about getting, but at the same time I really do want to bring in Andy Robertson. So what do we do there? Do we go for Robertson, or do we go for Paslak or Timothy Fosu-Mensah? Who knows? Another goalkeeper was Fraser Forster, bit older, former Celtic keeper. I guess he might be a bit cheaper just because of his age, but do we risk bringing in someone whose overall is going to start going down? Upamecano, that's not how you say it, Upamecano, the Red Bull Leipzig defender, having a fantastic season in real life right now for Leipzig. A brilliant young player, only 19, can also be deployed as a CDM, someone I'm very interested in bringing in. Thomas Delaney, the Danish midfielder from Werder Bremen, very good player, also brought up. Lindelof, I would like to personally try and bring in if I can as an option. Said Haksabanovic is there as well, as someone who personally I know can go quite high in this, and he's an FM hero of mine, so I would like to maybe bring him in. But there's a few players here that were brought up by you guys, and I guess we just start by getting into some goddamn negotiations. Why'd I say goddamn? I hate myself. I'm starting with Robertson. I really want Andy Robertson. If we bring him in, then I'm definitely going to switch Tierney over to the right-hand side and have Robertson play at left-back. I mean, obviously, it'd probably be better bringing in someone whose first choice is right-back, but I really like Andy Robertson. I would really like to make him a part of the club. So, he's currently valued at £8.5 million. We're going to go ahead and offer that. We're going to offer £8.5 million, and hopefully, Jurgen Klopp will be satisfied with that. Let's see what he says. £14 million. That's quite a wee bit steep. That's a wee bitty too much for my liking. We'll try and bring it down. Well, he's probably going to be very stubborn and only take 14. We'll offer 12. Oh, there we go. £12 million. Andrew Robertson could be on his way to Celtic, which would be, I think, a record signing for us in this career mode. He's currently on £67,000 a week, so we're going to offer 65. and see how that goes. I believe that's a very good offer for Celtic. He's actually only wanting £52,000, but obviously with the signing bonuses and with a clean sheet bonus, that's still a bit of money. But do you know what? I'm going to accept it. And ladies and gentlemen, we have made our first signing under the new ownership, and it can be confirmed that Andy Robertson is now a Celtic player. That is very nice indeed. I'm very happy with that signing. Let's just get him loaded into the club. Lustig has dropped to the bench, sadly, but we're focusing on tomorrow, moving forwards. And with that signing of Andy Robertson, I'm very happy with the fullbacks we've got. I believe we've got two of the best in the country. And Tierney can do a job at right back. I know that from playing with Scotland. I know that in real life by watching Scotland. So we should be completely fine. Andy Robertson, good choice to bring in my opinion. Now we look for a centre half or a keeper. We're going to weigh up some options here with pricing. Right, the first centre-back has went very smoothly. We might actually be overpaying. I've offered £6 million for Axel Tuanzebe. And Man United are very happy with it. So there is the first option on the table for centre-backs. We're going to go through a few, and then we'll decide down to contracts which one we want to take. This is definitely one of the more unrealistic options. I said I was going to keep it realistic, but Victor Lindelof is definitely down the pecking order at Manchester United. And I know for a fact that would be a brilliant addition to this club, and I really, really want to have him. And I think he'd be really, really good. Also Swedish, and we need a Swede because Lustig is now not in the starting 11. So Victor Lindelof is going to be slightly more unrealistic. 10 million might not be enough. We're going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. Okay, right. We're not getting Lindelof. That was probably a joke offer. Right, a second offer has been accepted for a centre-back, and it is with Upamecano. I can't say his name too fast. Upamecano has also been accepted. So two centre-backs here worth £6 million. Both of them have had £6 million fees accepted. We couldn't go in for Matthias de Ligt, sadly. They wouldn't let us. So really, we've got the two centre-backs there. The question is, what one do we go for? What one do we want here? Who will be the better addition to our team? Both of them are very young. Both of them have very high potential. What one do we go for? I don't want to offer him too much. I feel like a safe option is £30,000 a week. I feel like that's a safe option. We're going to try it. £30,000 a week. What do you say, Axel Tuanzebe? The wages you're offering are insulting. Okay, we fucked it. Right, what I'm deciding to do is I'm going to scout more of these players. I'm going to put some fucking scouting into them because right now we're losing out a lot because we don't know the wages and such. So I'm going to come back in a week and hopefully we can go in for more of these players. Joe Gomez is still a shout, I would say. But as you'll see down here, Lindelof and Tuanzebe, they obviously got knocked back. But what we're doing is we're sending out scouts to get more details about them. Also, the goalkeeper Dragowski came into mind. I'm sending out a scout about him. I've sent out one for Jordan Pickford. I'm going to do it for Lafont as well. Few players, going to get scouting reports and get more details about them. And in a week's time, we will resubmit bids. I also just remembered about Odsonne Edouard, who I would also like to bring in for depth up front because we only have Griffiths and Dembele. And he has good potential, and obviously we missed out on having him last season, so I'd like to try him out. We're going to go and launch a wee bid in for him. Now, just down to wages now for Odsonne Edouard. He does get quite a lot of money at PSG already, so we're going to offer 30 grand a week. Hopefully, he will find that okay, and it looks as though he's fine with that. Do you know what? Happy days. Odsonne Edouard is now officially full-time at Celtic. I actually forgot all about Upamecano. We got his offer accepted and we're just going to head in then. We're going to head in for Upamecano, and I said I was going to go and scout Tuanzebe and such, but if we can wrap this guy's contract up, then maybe he'll be good enough. I don't know what his overall is going to be in the first season we'll have him. I believe he starts at 17 career mode and he's already been through a season, so I'd like to imagine he's went up a bit. He only wants 20 grand a week as well. I mean, we cannot pass up a bargain like that. We're taking it. Upamecano is now at Celtic as well. Maybe we should have aimed a bit higher for the centre-back, to be honest. I mean, 71 rated for who was pretty much a premier centre-back to sign this season. Maybe we could have aimed a wee bit higher. But do you know what? If we train him, he'll be 80 rated by no time. And I'm fine with Seminovic and Sviatchenko rotating along with holding Upamecano. I think that's decent. It's keep that a bit realistic as well, you know. So I'm not too bothered about that. The team is really shaping up. I like the way it's going. We've got Robertson in, that's great. Now it's a goalkeeper, and I think maybe we go a wee bit higher than what we thought we were going to with a goalkeeper, and we actually try and get someone with already an established name, like Pickford. Transfer offers came in for Ryan Christie, and I honestly am going to have no use out of the guy, so I'm going to try and let him go. He might not want to go, He might actually decide to stay because they do that a lot in this game, it seems. But I'm going to try and let Ryan Christie go. And talk about letting people go, there's one player who we're never going to get rid of. He doesn't want to leave, and we're waiting for his contract to expire, and I don't like that. So I'm going to go right in. I'm just going to go and terminate his contract. Where is he? He's useless. Scott Allen, release. How much? 336 grand. Best 336 grand I'll ever spend. And Scott Allen is gone. So, happy days. Now we go and try and get a keeper. That is the most important thing now. Pickford has a release clause. That is not bad at all. £17.8 million. It's not a lot when it comes to a young English player. Considering they paid, what, 30 or 40 million for him, I think it's quite a bargain. And I'm going to go ahead with it. And let's try and get Jordan Pickford in here. I think that would be a very, very big signing, and it will give some sort of statement of what we're trying to achieve this season in the Premier League. It's got to be his wages, though. His wages are going to be expensive, I'm imagining. Very, very expensive, but we have the money there up the top, as you can see, to hopefully bring him in. So let's disregard the release clause, because we are triggering yours. Now, how much does he currently get paid? That is the question. What do we offer him here? Do I offer him the whole 83 grand I've got sitting up there? I'll offer 60. I feel like we're going to get to 65. We'll play it safe. We'll offer 65 with no signing bonus at the minute. Let's hope he's not offended by this, and we can at least have some leeway and talk here. Right, it's turned out perfectly. This is good. We've got it sorted. That's it. Bang, done. Jordan Pickford is here. And that should maybe conclude our signings for this video. That about does it for this video. We still have money in the bank. We could still make another signing or two. Probably just the one. Which I'll leave for the next episode. If there's anybody you think I should desperately sign that I've left out, let me know. But I believe this right now is our strongest team. And with the potential that we have got here on the reserves and on the bench, we've got a decent team, I think, especially heading forward. We've got Pickford, Tierney. I'll give a full run through in a minute. But if you go into the reserves, Edouard has 80 plus potential. Ayer has 80 potential. Upamecano has 86 potential. Diaz has 80 plus potential. Kouassi has about 80 potential. Ralston has like 76 potential. And Cham has about 80 potential. Holden has about 80 potential. We have a very strong young team, and I'm very happy with the starting 11 we have assembled. Now, with the money we've got left, there's still something that can be done. Let me know what you think I should do with it. There's about £8 million sitting there, so whatever you think I should do, let me know. But now, we will give a full run through of the starting 11 for the Premier League season. In goals, it will be Jordan Pickford, with the back four of Kieran Tierney, Jozo Simunovic, Eric Sviatchenko and Andy Robertson. The midfield trio of Tom Davies, Callum McGregor and Stuart Armstrong. And finally, the front three consisting of Patrick Roberts, Scotty Sinclair, and up front the man himself, the top scorer of the first season, Moussa Dembele. Ladies and gentlemen, if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and tune into the next episode where we will officially start Celtic's first ever season in the Premier League. So make sure you do not miss that episode. It's one you do not want to miss. As I said, hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.